Okay, fine. Let's continue, guys. So I think with the last session, we just completed some basic fundamentals, guys. Like not even fundamentals also. It is just like introduction. Like what do you mean to say generative AI? A little bit of last class I have explained, like how the LLM models, how the basic LLM models, whether it is an OpenAI, ChatGPT or GPT models. It's not ChatGPT. It is a GPT models, or whether it may be in what we can call it as the Google Gemini or Microsoft Copilot. So all these are going to be some of the LLM models, guys. So even yesterday we tested some few LLM models we had tested by feeding some data. So if we can observe carefully, when we feed some data to the Microsoft Copilot, so it has not given a proper answers for us because it has not done a proper analysis on the data what we have given. But OpenAI, the ChatGPT, when we feed the same data to the OpenAI ChatGPT, it has given a perfect results. It has been got given, guys. So it depends on how efficiently they was trained, basically. So how to analyze the data and all these things. They have been perfectly trained on that. So that is the reason. So ChatGPT has given a better and which is going to be the perfect results, correct results it has been given. Whereas when it comes to our the Google, the Microsoft Copilot, it didn't given a proper correct answers. We didn't get the correct answers there, guys. And apart from that, how the LLM models has been got will be created, I told you, which is going to be first we have to create a base, which is going to be GPT model that was created by using a technique called as an transformers. It will create it. So don't worry. Even if you miss the yesterday's class, no need to worry about them, guys, because it is all about introduction only. And after that, we created something called as a supervised fine tuning model, where we are going to give some kind of an input as a human conversation to that same base model. It is going to able to answer some kind of a few questions like in a chatbot application. After that, so a human and a which is going to be a human and a which is the model, the whatever that particular chat GPT model. So there are going to be communicate, and the human is going to rank them according to the whatever the responses we are given. So a kind of an which is going to be a reward model is going to be gets created. So what is that? What we call it as a reinforcement learning with human feedback. What we call it as, right? It's a reinforcement learning with human feedback, guys. So what we call it as yesterday, even we asked the chat GPT itself, so tell me how your LLM model has been trained. So it has also given the same thing, guys. First it collected the data from online. A huge data was collected, guys. So something like lot of forums, articles, newspapers, okay, Wikipedia, blogs, so many things it has been collected the data. It was trained with a very large volumes of data, guys. So that is what we discussed about that. So three stages I told you. First, creating the base GPT model, and after that, a supervised fine tuning model which is capable to communicate. And after that, what happens here is it was given some kind of a reward model is going to be gets running internally. Depending on the response that was given, it keep on updates that particular reward. So depending on the question what we have been asked for, so it will try to find out the answer which one having the highest, which is going to be the reward. It will try to answer those things. So that is what we practically we discussed in the last session, guys. On almost all the basic fundamentals are completed. I mean, base not fundamentals, basic introduction has been start completed. So before going for the next session, I think today also very few people has joined. Maybe it's a Friday evening. Maybe for some of the corporates, they will be having a Friday evenings. They may be having some busy. Maybe we'll check it out. So what happened here is today, just I'm not going to, because very few people joined for today's class. Anyhow, today's our plan is to discuss about some basic setups, guys. So like to work with this generative AI, what are the basic setups we have to require, guys? So there are so many different options are there, guys, but practically we are going to cover two different type of tools. We are going to use them, guys. Two different types of tools. So just today I'm going to discuss about something about the basic setup, guys. So what is going to be the setup which is going to be required? So what is going to be the setup required for learning of which is going to be or developing this particular generative AI applications? What are the different type of setups are required, guys? So two setups we are going to use, guys. Depending on your requirement, I will be using two different type of setups I'm going to use is. One of the basic one which we are going to use is, guys, it is going to be something called as, actually I told you we have to use a language called as, and Python is a language, guys. Language we learn is a Python. So if you want, you can download and install the software from python.org. You can download and install the software, guys. But don't download any install the software from python.org. Right now it is not required. This is a very base system, guys. Just like our, as I said that the base GPT model, how we first create a base GPT model, here also this is going to be the base Python system, guys. It is not that much comfortable for ourselves. That's why what I'm going to do is, the first one I'm going to be using is nothing but what we call it as the Anaconda, guys. So directly download and install the Anaconda directly from anaconda.com. So Anaconda is nothing but something like what we can call it as a huge repository, guys. So it comes with all the tools, utilities, okay, environment, whatever you require, libraries, everything that is required for our data science concept, guys. And generative AI is a part of our AI concepts only, guys. So which is going to be as a part of AI only, we are going to be gets working with that. So Anaconda is like a repository, just like how your MS Office comes with a lot of tools. So Anaconda is going to be also a kind of an, which is going to be a kind of an repository, guys. A repository with which is going to be with many libraries, which is many libraries, guys. Thousands of libraries are there. Maximum no extra setups are required, guys. Very easy to work with that. With many libraries and tools and some kind of an environments, guys. So it is going to be nothing but Anaconda. A lot of tools will come, guys. A lot of environments we can set up them. A lot of libraries are going to come. So better to set up this Anaconda, guys. Okay, how to use it, I'll tell you later. So later I'll tell you how to install it. But just for timing, you download and install the software, guys. So it is going to be the anaconda.com. Directly you can go to the anaconda.com, guys. Okay. So my recommendation is going to be directly go for installation, guys. So we can see which is going to be, it is one of the, which is going to be an open source platform, basically for AI people, guys. Completely for AI people, it is going to be, this one is going to be, basically we are going to use this, guys. So you can see something called as an free download is there, guys. Go to the free download option. Go to the free download option is there, guys. Can you see there is going to be something, no requirement, no need to provide any email address and all these things. No registration is required, guys. Even if you want, you can send it. You will receive some kind of an Anaconda updates will be coming there. You do one thing, skip the registration, guys. We don't require any registration and all these things don't require, guys. So directly do the installation, guys. What distribution we require, whether you want on Windows, whether you want on Mac, or whether you want on Linux. So installation is very easy, guys. So go for the Windows, guys. So it is going to be Python 3.13 is there. So directly download and install this one, guys. 64-bit, which is going to be graphical installer. So just download, guys. Download has been got started. I'm not showing the installation procedure because in my system already this is there, guys. Already it was there. So I need not to install again and again. So if you want, I can show you here, guys. In my system, if I go to the all apps, here we can see something called as an Anaconda, what we can see with the data, guys. So already my Anaconda was already there, guys. First install them. After that, I'll show you. In next class, I'll show you all of the implementation, guys. So just it will take some time to download because almost all it is a 1 GB software. It is almost all it is going to be 914 MB software it was there, guys. But go to python.org, guys. Go to the python.org, guys. There we can see a download. If we click on the Python 3.13.5, guys, I think Python 3.13 was there. This is Python 3.13.5. That download will be done within a fraction of second, guys. So if you can observe carefully, the file size is 27.5 MB, guys. That Python size is 27.5 MB. Whatever Anaconda we are installing is going to be 914 MB, guys. Just a very huge difference was there, guys. It is a base system. Only the basic applications only it will work. After that, everything we have to set up and we have to work with them, guys. So directly try to install this Anaconda. Try to install this Anaconda distribution, guys. Very easy installation. It won't take any much. It may takes a little bit time, guys, but not that much any issues. And technically, we don't require any knowledge and all these things. Nothing is required, guys. Just next. But I'm not doing the installation, guys, because already I have done the installation. So no need of doing it once again, isn't it? So that's why I'm skipping the installation procedure. Just I'm showing the procedure, guys. You please download the software and just click on next. to perform the required installation of which is going to be the Anaconda Python try to install, guys. This is what we call it as the Anaconda, one of the Python distribution, guys. That's the reason distribution installer, you can download and you can install the software, guys. So just install them. In the later classes, I'll tell you how. In the next coming classes, I'll tell you guys how to work on this environment, all these things, which tool. There are a lot of tools will come, guys. And anyhow, today also very few people joined. So I think only 6 somebody has been joined. So 2 or 3, 4, I think 5 or 6 people has been joined. So anyhow, you try to install it, guys. I'll show you like what are the other things we have to work and all these things I'll tell you, guys. So repositories with so many libraries, tools, and environments will be there, guys. So easily we can work with all the applications very easily, guys. So try to install the Anaconda, guys. This is one environment. So maximum you will use 80%. We are going to use this Anaconda only, guys. 80% of the 80 to 90%, I can say, will completely depend on the Anaconda, guys. Who has already done who has already done some data science training, they knows about that. So already these are the tools, guys. These are the tools which we are going to be gets working with them, guys. Right? So that is going to be the one thing what we can say that. The second thing is going to be we are having something called as another one, which you may be aware about that. That is something called as that is nothing but what we can call it as the Visual Studio Code. So it is going to be something called as a Visual Studio Code is going to be nothing but what we can see with the data, guys. Okay. So coming to the Visual Studio Code, as you know that, guys, it is from Microsoft. So even that is also very convenient, guys. Uh, but little bit, that means some people will have a little bit confusion with this one. So it is from Microsoft, guys. A lightweighted, which is going to be tool, guys. That is nothing but what we can say that a VS Code, we have to install it, guys. So just download that particular VS Code, guys. Just go to the VS Code and we can work on it. So it is nothing but what we call it as it's a Visual Studio Code, or simply you say VS Code, guys. So even that is also already installed in my system, guys. So simple, we go to which is Visual Studio Code, guys. Just download the software, guys. So this is the one, guys. So it is also here you can develop a lot of application, guys. Not only the Python applications, you can create any kind of an almost all types of applications what we can do, guys. So this is also one of the environment which we can use, guys. So it is also convenient, guys. It is also a little bit convenient only. So just go for something called as a download and install the software also, guys. Here also we can see the same thing, guys. We are having the Windows is there. So we are having something called as a Mac, Windows or Mac, whatever you want, we can use it, or even some kind of a Linux, which is going to be the environments also what we can see with that. So let us go for the Windows application, guys. This is also you can download and we can install it, guys. So it is also downloading and installing. So it is almost all. It's also nothing but it's not that much high size. It is going to be 106 MB, guys. So it is a little bit lightweighted. So it's a little bit lightweighted, guys. You please download and install. It is already there in my system. It is already there in my system, guys. So I'm not installing it separately. Okay, I'm not showing the installation. Anybody can download and we can install it, guys. So come down. You can see something called as the V, which is going to be the nothing but the Visual Studio Code we can see here, guys. So Visual Studio Code is there, and as well as which is going to be something called as an Anaconda. Both of them are available right now in my system, guys. So that's why I'm not showing any installation, download and installations. I'm not showing you guys. Just download and just try to install the software, guys. So nothing is there. I'm not going to discuss about them, but I just want to show you guys like how that particular tools and environments provided by Anaconda. So if you open the Anaconda here, first we can see initially something called as an Anaconda Navigator is available there, guys. There is something called as an Anaconda Navigator is going to be available there, guys. Can you see? There is something called as an Anaconda Navigator, guys. Just click there. Today I'm not going to work on anything, guys. Just I'm showing you the environment. Just open that particular Anaconda Navigator. Just it takes a little bit. It takes a little bit time. A little bit, not that much time, guys. Maybe just a 30, 40 seconds it will take, guys. It will take generally. So let me open it, guys. Let me open it, guys. It is opening, guys. It is opening. right. You can observe carefully, guys, how many tools and how many utilities are available to work with them, guys. So many tools are going to be gets available, guys. So here also we can see VS Code was there because it collects all the information, guys. So it is going to be something called as an VS Code, Spider is there, Jupyter Notebook is there, Jupyter Lab is there. Okay, and something called as an what we can see some other tools like which is going to be RStudio. Okay, see guys how many different type of tools and all these things what we are having there, guys. So many different type of tools are there, guys. So many different types of tools and all these things will be available, which we can work with them very easily. We can work with them, guys. Okay, so we can use this kind of a tools and all these things what we have to work with them, guys. uh, we don't require any much high level applications. It's not required. It's not required for that. So basic configuration, guys. So configuration is not a which is going to be problem nowadays. Okay, so it is going to be not a problem at all, guys. In the case, that means generally what we are going to do is we'll try to work on our local machines only, because some models are very huge models, guys. Sometimes the models are going to be very huge models which we have to train them. So in that cases, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something called as some free cloud-based environments are available, guys. We will use as that particular free cloud-based environments what we are going to use it. One of them is going to be nothing but we use something called as an Google Colab, which is going to be I'm going to use something called as an a Google Colab is what we are going to use as, guys. Okay, so don't worry about the configuration nowadays. Basic configuration, guys. As of now, I am working on a which is in my system configuration. It's an 1 year old, guys. It is 1 year old. It was a new. I brought a new one. So it is going to be a 12 generation i5 processor, guys. It's a 12 generation which is going to be i5 processor. Just a minute once. Let me show the properties of my system, guys. So if you can see, this is my system configuration. It's a 12 generation H processor. It's a 12 generation which is going to be H processor, i5 which is going to be there with a 16 GB of RAM what I have been got used. So it's a very graphic card is going to be just 128 MB. It's not required. If you want to use the GPUs and all these things, that is a different case. Storage, it's not a matter. Storage and all these things are not a matter, guys. Processor, and if sometimes you may require some kind of an GPU maybe gets required, guys. So we know that, right? GPUs are going to be some kind of an gaming systems will come with a NVIDIA GPUs. Okay, so no need to worry about that, because if you have any problem with your configuration of your system, it is going to be we can work with something called as a Google Colab is what we can use them, guys. We can use some kind of an Google Colab what we can use in, guys. So where we can use all the which is going to be we can use, guys. Just nothing is there. Don't worry about that. Later I'll tell you how to work with them. It is also like a Jupyter notebook only, which is online, which is going to be a cloud based, which is going to be Jupyter notebook, guys. So if you can see, there is going to be some kind of a configuration has been got given. So we can see a RAM and which is going to be some kind of a disk storage. All these things will be given, guys. And here we also have some options are there, guys. Don't worry. We'll see applications later. We can see some kind of an GPU, CPUs, okay, TPUs and all these things, what we can use it, guys. Okay, some kind of an hardware accelerators can be gets used. If you really want to work with, which is going to be some kind of an high computing is required, we can go for this kind of an applications. Okay, so right now it is not required, but basic configuration system is sufficient. In the case if the system is not supporting on all these things, we can work with some kind of an which is going to be cloud based is there. So it's going to be giving you a GPU or a TPUs that are going to be giving, guys. See there, it is going to be the RAM what we can see there, disk size what we can see with the disk size, and how much RAM that has been given you can see with that application. Even if you want to use a beyond that also, there is no worries. We have to just upgrade yourself to get a little bit more and more configurations if you want to get in, guys. Okay, so don't worry about the configuration, but basic configurations is sufficient nowadays. Every system is coming with a minimal configuration we are getting it, guys. So 16 GB RAM I'm using, 8 GB sufficient, guys. 16 GB I'm having, guys. Processor is going to be little bit even i3 is also fine, guys. So better to use a i5 processor. It is better to use it. So no need of or even any Ryzen processors or anything what we can use it. GPUs are not mandatory. There are optional, guys. Okay, fine. Okay, so fine, guys. So that is the system configuration, what we are talking about. See, guys, VS Code is there, Spider is there, Jupyter Notebook is there, Jupyter Lab is there, RStudio is going to be there. We can see a different types of which is going to be the tools and environments, what we can set up as part of the application, guys. So there are going to be some different types of environments, what we can set up them. These are all the different types of tools which are provided by the which is going to be the Anaconda, guys. From here only we can install. Some of them we have to install them, guys. Most of them has been already, they have been installed. So we have to click on the launch. So once if you click on the launch, guys, automatically it will launch that particular application. If it is not available, once install it, guys, it automatically comes, which is going to be command prompt is there. If you want RStudio, these are extra what we have to install, guys. But many of the application has been already installed. We can directly launch the application, guys. This is nothing but the Anaconda Navigator, what we are talking about, guys. How to work with them, what tools I have to work. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you in the next class on Monday session. I'll tell you about this. Similarly, I'm also having something called as the VS Code. So the VS Code is already, it is there on my system, guys. Here we can see this is going to be nothing but what we can call it as VS Code. So I'll tell you, guys, but some people may not be familiar with the VS Code. So later we are going to see how to add the extension. We have to add some extensions there, guys. So VS Code will provide you a lot of extensions are there. You can work with those extensions and all these things, what we have to work with them, guys. Okay, so don't worry. Later we are going to see with that. So some extensions are going to be required, guys. So we have to install those extensions. Very easy. Just there is some extensions option is there. Just search for the required extension and just install it, guys. Automatically that will be gets installed. And you can directly, we can start working with that particular extensions, guys. Okay. So this is going to be one thing what we have to work with them, guys. So right now I'm not going to work with initially. Initially we'll work with something called as a Jupyter notebook is what we are going to work with them. So maybe some of you may be already familiar with how to work with the Jupyter notebooks. Maybe already you may be familiar with working with the Jupyter notebooks. Even if you don't have the idea also, no need to worry, guys. I'm going to explain. I'm going to show in the next coming classes how to install all that particular Jupyter notebooks and all these things. So these are the two tools we require, guys. One is Anaconda, guys. So try to install. Actually, Anaconda is not a tool, guys. Anaconda is a nothing but one of the, which is a repository, guys. It comes with a lot of other tools are there. Okay, Anaconda contains a lot of other environments and tools will be there, which we are going to work with them. Visual Studio Code is directly the software or a tool which we directly work on that. So it is from Microsoft, guys, which is going to be from Microsoft. And Anaconda is from Anaconda distribution. It is one of the Python distribution which we have to install it, guys. Okay, so I'm not showing the installation procedure. I just shown you the download procedures only, guys. So you can see both of them has been downloaded. You can see in my downloads. You can see with this particular downloads, guys. So these are the two downloads what we can see, guys. This is nothing but the the VS Code, and this is going to be nothing but the Anaconda 3, guys. So please download and install. Just now we have downloaded. This one is not required, guys. This one is not required, guys, because it is already, it's not required, guys, because already and along with Anaconda, Python will be already gets installed. Even by using Visual Studio Code also, the Python is already, it is going to be gets, we have to install that with the help of the extensions, guys. I'll tell you how to work with the environments in the coming classes. First, we'll start with something called as a Jupyter notebook, which comes along with the Anaconda, guys. So some people may already have the idea. Some maybe for some people, I'll explain the concept very easy, guys. Easily we can work with the Jupyter notebooks. So Jupyter notebook is very easy and very simple, guys, which we can work with them. And we have to work with those particular applications we have to do, guys. Okay. So these are the two tools, guys. These are two sufficient, guys, more than enough. Sometimes, as I said that, no, guys, sometimes I may use something like an Google Colab or something like that. I will be using, guys. Maybe sometimes I'm going to use, guys. Very rarely, I'm not going to use much. Maximum we are going to do with the help of the Jupyter notebook and VS Code only. Very rarely we are going to work with something called as the Google Colab and all these things, what we are going to work later, guys. So that's it, guys. That is going to be about this particular, whatever the setups or whatever the environments, whatever that is required to set up your, which is going to be the generative AI or Gen AI applications, guys. So apart from that, nothing is going to be required, guys. That is a cloud-based only, so no installation setups are required. Some packages and all these things that are going to be gets required, guys. Beyond that, it is not going to be gets required, guys. Later we'll see about all that applications and all these things. We'll see it in the later classes, guys. So that's it, guys. That is going to be the environment setups and all these things, what basically we have to require. Apart from that, so just nothing is there. Just do the download and do the installation, guys. Everyone can be able to download and install, guys. There is nothing issues are there. Maybe one or two people may face some issue at the time of installing the Anaconda. Maximum VS Code does not have any issues, guys. VS Code will be installed very easily, guys. Only thing is you have to install this one very easy, guys. There's nothing complication is there. Easily we can work with them, guys. Does not matters with that. You can start working with that, guys. Okay. That's it, guys. I just don't want to. That's it. That's it, guys. In the last class, we have already done with all the basic, just a small introduction part. I also given the course content. I just explained how we are going to learn, what is going to be our learning. The roadmap I have been explained about that. And apart from that, I also given some idea about like what we can get from our side. Like as I said that right, you will get a day-to-day recording videos. Okay, apart from that, some kind of an which is going to be Python advanced videos, advanced core concepts of advanced concepts of Python, which is going to be 170 videos will be there. So just given all that ideas I have given, guys. So just about the course curriculum and all these things, I have given some complete picture and idea about the course curriculum and all these things. Duration and all this, I have given complete idea about that. You came to know about, like, you got a clear understanding about the course curriculum and the what we can get it from our side, what you can expect from our side. And apart from that, and just an idea about what are the tools and all these things, what we have to install for the today's class, what I discussed about that, guys. Okay. We'll do one thing, guys. I think today very few people has joined. Okay. We'll do one thing, guys. Just for today, we'll end up the session, guys, because very few people has joined for today. We'll see them, like why they are not didn't join the class for today. We'll continue on the Monday's class, guys, and almost all the demos are completed, guys. So I think already our backend team has already contacted you and already tried to contact you. So to get registered with the coming the next week classes, guys, for the regular classes. So complete your registration by paying the required fee amount, and so that you can get the access to the drive, and we'll also get the updated link and all these things from the next week, guys. Okay, so tomorrow you don't have the session, guys. So next class will be on the Monday. So maybe the link will changes. My backend team has already updated you regarding that, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys, from my side for the today's class, and we have a sufficient time for today. So if you have any further discussions, we'll do it, guys. Further, if you have any discussions. Uh, Advanced generative AI course. Just maybe I was not sure about that. I'll check it out once. Let me check it out. Advanced generative AI course, durgasoftonline.com. Maybe it's not from my side. Maybe let me check it out. Let me check with the course curriculum. It is a weekend batch. No, no, let me check it out. That's the reason what I want to do is I want to just check it out. So advanced, which is going to be generative AI. Let me check with the course content is there. So titles may be different. So it is going to be what we can see. All these are going to be Python libraries, guys. NumPy, Pandas. It's going to be Matplotlib, linear algebra, probability statistics. So it is going to be all about. See, if you observe carefully up to here, it is all about the what we can see machine learning and deep learning concepts, guys. So if you want, we can just verify. If we can just want to verify, guys, just you can verify them. So these are going to be nothing but what I have just given. Same thing, which is going to be the same application, guys. So we can see transformer architectures, transfer learning, large language models, types of LLMs, fine tuning. It's nothing separately. It is not going to be there. Whatever I have just given the same thing, which we can see the same application, what we can see them. So you can see the same thing. That maybe the title may be different, guys, but it is going to be something like an what we can see is which is going to be some kind of an which is going to be the same application what we have been got discussed about that. So you can just compare with that. So maybe it is nothing but is there, but only thing is this will be a little bit more time, guys, because there is going to be something like what we can see. It's going to be something like all these data science and all these things. So if we can observe carefully, this is going to contains all the basics of which is going to be Python, all these things, NumPy, which is going to be pandas, matplotlib, and all these things, machine learning applications, what are going to be machine learning, supervised, unsupervised learnings. It's a completely from the whatever the basics of which is going to be machine learning and all these things, it will be there. So my class is completely only based on the generative AI concept. So just check with the which is going to be the same thing. So check with the bag of words. Yesterday also I told you TF, IDF. These are all going to be the same techniques, guys. Okay. So the finally anyone is going to be the done that it's going to do the same thing, guys. Nothing difference is there. So it is also going to be the same thing. What we can see LangChain. Yesterday I told you about what are vector databases. Okay, creating a rack systems. All these things, fine tuning models. What we can see LoRa. All these are going to be some kind of an same thing, guys. It's going to be same thing, but my class is completely only dedicated to generative AI classes, guys. So my generative AI classes itself is it's a 3 months of time. 3 to 4 months of time is completely generative AI. Almost all after 1 week, I'll start with the generative AI concepts directly. So we don't have all these. We don't spend more time on all these particular basics and all these things. We don't work on them, guys. Okay. So check it out. So we can just check it out with the course curriculum and just we can decide it, guys. Okay. So nothing generative. Titles may be different, guys. Advanced generative AI. We have something like a generative AI development. So my training program is saying that I say that it's a generative AI, which is going to be development. I'll say that. So some people says that it is going to be some other application, guys. Okay. Fine. So that's it, guys. So my complete course is on generative AI. So we are not going to work with all the traditional machine learning. We don't spend that much time based on that. So my course is going to be generative AI development, guys, which I have been shared with you. Okay. So this is currently what I am currently taking about this, guys. And I already shared my course curriculum also. You can just go through the course curriculum and we can verify them, guys. Okay. Fine, guys. That's it, guys. That is going to be. So finally, see, any generative AI course, guys, concept is same, guys. So we have to download that particular, the large language models, fine tune them. So creating a rack systems, creating a kind of an Q&A kind of an applications. Okay, so those things only we are going to create it, guys. Every large language models works in the same thing, guys. How they are working only that will be different, guys. Okay, fine. Okay, that's it, guys. That is going to be from my side, guys, just to cover about this introduction part. So anyone, anyhow, any questions, guys? Anyhow, we have any questions? I have a sufficient time for today. I can end up the session for today because very few people has joined. Maybe I think 6 or 7 people, I think they have been joined for today. So we can continue on the Monday session, guys. On Monday, we'll start with our the main implementation. I'll start from the Monday session, guys. Okay. Fine. Anyone, guys? Any more questions if you have any questions? Anyone, if you have any questions, guys, we have it sufficient time is there. We can just we can discuss all your questions and I can end up the session for today, guys. Uh, Absolutely. We'll keep on adding. So obviously there will be adding will be there, guys. So though I have not highlighted, but at least depending on my availability, depending on my because regularly I will be updating myself. So like the tools like as the latest trends you're talking about, like agentic AI or which is going to be AI agents. Uh, we are also going to conduct, guys. We're also going to conduct some kind of an workshops and kind of a things what we'll generally conduct them. There will be given some access at a free of cost for all the who has been completed the generative AI classes will include, especially we don't require, but though I didn't highlighted them, but obviously I will try to include something like at least some knowledge of agentic AI, agents and all these things. We'll try to discuss this in the our regular classes only. I'll try to include, guys. Okay. I didn't specifically I notified that in the course curriculum, but I'll try to, which is going to be at least some basic fundamentals of agentic AI and all these things. At least we'll try to, which is going to be include them as part of our training program, guys. Okay, fine. Right. Any more questions, guys? If you have any more, if you have any questions. So really, generative AI learning is very interesting, guys. You don't. That means you don't expect something like that. Means many of you people may be expecting that like a normal programming language we are learning. It's not like learning a programming language, guys. A completely different techniques we are going to learn, guys. So textual data will try to convert into some kind of a numerical values. So how that particular textual data is converting into numerical values, what will help you? So all these things will be completely different, guys. Whatever you learned previously like a programming languages are different, what we are going to work here is going to be completely different. Really, there is a very interesting, guys. We'll download them pre-trained models and we'll try to tune them. It's very interesting concepts will be there, guys. Okay, so real time, just real time how they will works and all these things will be working on those particular applications, guys. Okay. Okay, so that's it for the today's class, guys. I think all of you has got some clear idea about like what is generative AI. Maybe not technically, but we got some idea about what we are going to do it in generative AI. And apart from that, we also discussed about the course curriculum and all these things also already have covered, guys. So we'll go ahead, guys. From Monday onwards, we'll start with our regular classes. First, initially, I told so 1 week of time, basic Pythons, I will refresh them, and after that I will directly enter into the NLP applications, guys. Okay, so don't worry. I know like, sir, what about the NumPy, what about pandas? So we need not to spend more time on those particular applications, guys. We need not to waste the time on that. So up to what extent that is required, I will be discussing as part of our training program. I'll discuss them, and after that, if any fundamentals are required, guys, first I will discuss the fundamentals, and after that only we'll go for the implementation, guys. Okay, so thanks all of you for today, guys. Just for today, we'll end up the session for today, guys. And from Monday, we'll start with our regular courses, regular curriculum, guys. And you have to, I think the link will change from Monday onwards, guys. You have a 2 days off time, 2-3 days, almost all tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning also. So please complete off your registration before the class session starts, guys. And if you have any further questions or if you have any further doubts or any clarifications, guys, already I've given my number. So once again, I'm sharing my number here, guys. Feel free to reach me on my contact number, guys. Okay. It's 8080777117 is my contact number. So text me on the WhatsApp number, guys. We can just discuss anything, like if anything is there, we can discuss them, guys. Okay. Thanks for today, guys. I'll see you on the Monday's class with a new link, guys. With a new link at the same time, guys. Thanks all of you for today, guys.